they steal our grace. These monsters wear a human face. No gavel, no badge, no throne, no crown can stop Lord Chippy from burning them down. Justice ain't fast, justice ain't clean. It's a long, sharp road through the in-between. So raise your fists and light your flames. Chippy's coming and he don't play games.
Hey guys, it's Mo, and I saw this headline, I saw everything, and I was like, Lord Chippy, let's strap in and get on with this story. This is a bit of an update. I have been covering this, of course, y'all have seen this picture before on Mornings with Mo. This was a big body part smuggling ring. I mean, I didn't think that a spleen from a dead person was very, useful, but I mean, I would like to know, what's the current Kelly Blue Book value of like my appendix or something, because I got 6 kids to put through college. I'm just kidding, you guys. This is definitely creepy, and I'm going to play the Final Form Jesus song at some point during this video because holy Lord, what has happened? Y'all are going to bring like the Final Form Jesus back and I am going to have issues, okay? If I get stuck here with Nicolas Cage, I done told you I'm going to make him speak and act like we are in Con Air the entire time. Not National Treasure, just Con Air with the terrible Southern accent. Now, those who donated their remains to Harvard Medical School likely did so with the belief that they thought that their bodies were just going to be used for research and teaching. I mean, it's still a young people's medical school. I'm guessing some shenanigans, but maybe like, oh, look, I did butterfly stitches instead of cross stitches. I don't look, not a doctorologist, faint at the sight of blood, don't want to deal with dead people, although I might be perfect for that kind of customer service. Now, the morgue manager, however, saw dollar signs and a little bit of a different story. I mean, of course, who wouldn't? I mean, see a morgue manager job and think, this is my way to get rich. Y'all, no way in hell this is going to end well. But he, in fact, sold the remains and sold them for a profit. That man, Cedric Lodge, so this is Cedric Lodge, and this is Jeremy Pauley. Again, if I were going to profile anyone for a body smuggling ring, not going to lie, it would be this guy. That being said, who the hell thinks of this? I mean, what on Marketplace are you doing? Like, I'd like a petrified spleen if you could find it. And they're like, well, Jane Doe number 12 has a petrified spleen. I'll just get that right out here. Are you like transporting them in igloo coolers? Like, how are we transporting like jars? Do you get like a big old mason jar, fill it with, I have so many questions that I do and don't want answers to. So he pled guilty to the interstate transport of stolen human remains on Wednesday. Now, I want the story of how this became a law because there has to be some random ridiculous ass story about how someone was transporting stolen human remains and, it's not in the rule book. And then someone said, well, we'll make it a law. I don't know. I would like to know the genesis of this law. Maybe I'll ask Kurt one time. So basically, he pled guilty in federal court in Pennsylvania. Now, he does follow his wife, Denise Lodge, and others in admitting the wrongdoing. Again, this was a big old circle of weird body part smuggling. Again, now, according to prosecutors, Cedric Long, who no longer serves as the morgue manager, well, I mean, after you steal like a bunch of spleens, I think they kind of don't want you working there anymore, admitted to participating in the remains smuggling ring from 2018 through at least March 2020. The items he stole and brought to his home in New Hampshire include organs, brains, skin, faces, and head. Oh, hell no. This is all the final.
The key keep its grove, thou gloaming shrine of thirst trap scams and dollar signs. We chant in tones both grim and low, for virtue fled a long time ago. Kyrie eleison, Christe descendat, final form Jesus return in wrath. With six-pack glistening, sword in hand, he cometh swift to cleanse the land.
When he said skin and face, like who's like, you know what? I mean, what in the Ed Gein are we having here? Does someone have, for the love of God, my brain is now serving up to me the Simpsons song. See my vest, made of real gorilla chest. How about, which is totally inappropriate for the Ed Gein tangent that I'm also on, but now it's trying to make Ed Gein the musical, which is not appropriate whatsoever. Now, he and his wife then took all of these, bits and pieces of people and sold the remains to buyers in Salem, Massachusetts, as well as New Hampshire and Pennsylvania. Look, I'm not for bringing the Inquisition back, but I think these people could need to be on a list. Okay, when you're, ordering human skin for no reason and happen to live in Salem, Massachusetts, I'm gonna assume witchcraft. Look, I know it's pretty basic, but still. I mean, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and sounds like a Sanderson sister, we are calling it hocus pocus, okay? Now, those alleged buyers include co-defendant Joshua Taylor. Between September 3rd, 2018 through July 12th, 2021, Taylor sent 39 payments totaling $37,355.56 to a PayPal account that Denise Lodge operated. Now, on May 19th, 2019, he sent her $10,000 with a memo reading head number 7. Lucky person. What in the silence of the lambs, freaking daggone Wild Buffalo Bill. Like what in the name of whatever is happening? And I cannot believe I've forgotten the name of the freaking bad person in Silence of the Lambs. It's like my favorite movie, which says more about me than I think it does anyone else. But ate him with them fava beans and a nice Chianti. Now, every time I hear that line, I just want to say it's Chianti. Chianti, not Chianti. However, great movie, totally scary. Must watch it again with Mr. Mo just to piss him off because he does not like that movie. Now, on November 20th, 2020, Taylor sent another $200 with a memo reading brains. Now, prosecutors say another man, Jeremy Pauley, purchased remains from Lodge for a customer, Katrina McLean. Now, McLean's federal case is ongoing, but Pauley has already pled guilty in state and federal court. Now, he'd purchased remains from Candace Chapman Scott, a crematorium employee in Arkansas. Several other defendants have previously entered guilty pleas in related cases, including Lodge's wife, Denise Lodge, Joshua Taylor, Andrew Enesaman, Matthew Lampy, and Angelo Perea. Authorities said Thursday, in light of Cedric Lodge's guilty plea, Lampy was sentenced to 15 months in prison, and Perea was sentenced to 18 months. Denise Lodge and Joshua Taylor are still awaiting sentencing. Additionally, Candace Chapman Scott, who stole remains from an Arkansas crematoria where she was employed and sold them to Pauley in Pennsylvania, entered a plea of guilty in Arkansas federal court and was sentenced to 15 years in prison. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you work in the funeral arts, the funerary arts, the dealing with dead people, don't sell the dead bits, okay, please? Like I said, I didn't even know there was a supply chain abounding, but apparently there are enough people and enough money involved that people are willing to do this. But you don't want to spend 15 years in prison because you were desecrating dead bodies. I don't know how Gen Pop's going to deal with that, but I would lie and say, like, robbing a Starbucks, okay? That's just my advice. Don't take it. I'm a redhead and you probably don't have access to a phone. That being said, justice is a journey, and I guess But Lord Chippy awaits, and I guess these weirdo, creepy weirdos are finding their fate, and it's not quite the one that they thought, which is, I guess, doing whatever the hell with human skin one does with human skin. And I hope it's, look, what, I have so many questions, and again, I don't know that I want the answers to them, but I'm kind of curious. How about you? Tell me in the comments. Bye, you guys.